Namaste to all. Let us discuss some of the NCERT text exercises based on colligative properties. The first question in your text is vapor pressure of pure water at 298 Kelvin is 23.8 millimeters of mercury. 50 grams of urea is dissolved in 850 grams of water. Calculate the vapor pressure of water for this solution and its relative lowering of vapor pressure. That is, you are asked to calculate the vapor pressure of the solution, resulting solution, and its relative lowering of vapor pressure. So, this is a problem based on relating lowering of vapor pressure, which is the first property, colligative property that we have already learned. So here, what is given? We'll see. P naught. P naught is a vapor pressure of the pure solvent. That is, solvent here is water, so it is 23.8 millimeters of mercury. The mass of the solute. The solute is urea here. That is added to 850 grams of water. So mass of the solute is 50 grams, and molar mass of urea is 60 grams per mole. That we can calculate. The mass of the solvent is 850 grams. Solvent here is water, and the molar mass of water, we all know, it is 18 grams. So here, as I told you earlier, we have to find out PS, which is the vapor pressure of the solution, and P naught minus PS divided by P naught, which is a relative lowering of vapor pressure. So we have to apply Raoult's law. Applying Raoult's law, we know, according to the Raoult's law, the relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to the mole fraction of the solute. So relative lowering of vapor pressure, P naught minus PS divided by P naught, is equal to the mole fraction of the solute. It's N2 divided by N1 plus N2. N2 is the number of moles of the solute. N1 is the number of moles of the solvent. So N2 can be expanded as it is W2 by M2, that is mass by molar mass, divided by W1 by M1 plus W2 by M2. Now you can substitute the values. W2 is 50, that is the mass of urea is 50, its molar mass is 60. So N2 is 50 divided by 60 divided by the mass of the solvent is given in the question. It is 850 divided by the molar mass divided by 18 plus 50 divided by 60, which is again the number of moles of the solute. So substituting the values, we can get 50 by 60 earlier, it is 0.83 divided by 47.22, that is the number of moles of the solvent, plus again the number of moles of the solute is 0.83, which is equal to 0.017. Now putting P naught is equal to 23.8. P naught, as given the question, is the vapor pressure of the pure solvent, that is vapor pressure of pure water. We have 23.8 minus the vapor pressure of the solution divided by, here the solution is very dilute. So when you're using dilute solutions, the formula will be changed to P naught minus PS divided by PS. The derivation of which is not required, but when the solute is very little in amount, we can divided by it is vapor pressure of the solution instead of taking the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. So 23.8 minus PS divided by PS is equal to the value we have already found, 0.017. So here we are going to find out the vapor pressure of the solution. That is the second part of the question. So 23.8 minus PS is equal to 0.017 or 1.017. PS is equal to 23.8 or PS is equal to 23.4 millimeters. That is, here the second part, we have calculated the vapor pressure of the solution. So this formula, that is P naught minus PS divided by PS, is used when the solution is very dilute. The next question is related to the boiling point, that is elevation in boiling point. Boiling point of water at 750 millimeters of mercury is 99.63 degrees Celsius. How much sucrose is to be added to 500 grams of water such that it boils at 100 degrees Celsius? So boiling point of water is given at that particular pressure, 750 millimeters of mercury is 99.63. What is the mass of sucrose that has to be added to 500 grams of water so that it will boil at 100 degrees Celsius? That is the elevation in boiling point. When a solute is added, elevation in boiling point takes place. So that is why it is 100 degrees Celsius. So how much sucrose is required for it to boil at 100 degrees Celsius? That is the question. Given, that is, you have to find out delta TB. You might have learned the formula earlier, so we are applying the formula. Actually, formulas you can't learn it by heart. You always have to do the problems and then only you will get it. So given delta TB, you have to find the difference in the boiling point, that is 100. After adding sucrose, elevation in boiling point has taken place, so that is 100. 100 minus, originally it was 99.63, so delta TB is equal to 3.37 degrees Celsius. Mass of water is given in the question, is 500. Sucrose, how much sucrose is added to 500 grams is the question. So mass of water is 500 grams. Molar mass of water, we all know it's 18 grams per mole. Molar mass of sucrose is 342 grams per mole. To find the mass of sucrose, it is W2 is the question. The formula is delta TB is equal to Kb into M. So you have to expand molality. M is molality. So delta TB is equal to Kb into molality is number of moles of the solute. Number of moles of the solute is W2 by M2 divided by the mass of the solvent. Mass of the solvent into 1000. So mass of the solvent divided by 1000 to convert it into kg. So when it goes to the numerator, it becomes 1000. Now substituting it, W2 is equal to, get the value of W2, you can cross multiply, and M2 into W1 into delta TB divided by 1000 into Kb, that is equal to, substituting the values, M2 is 342, mass of the solvent is 500, so into 500, into delta TB we have calculated earlier, it is 3.37 divided by 1000 into Kb is 0.52. Kb is given in the question. Actually here it is not given, but Kb in the textual exercises the value will be given. So W2 is equal to 1108.2 grams and mass of the solute is, so therefore the mass of the solute is in kg, it is 1.11 kg. The next question. The next question is depends is based on the depression in freezing point. So the question is, calculate the mass of ascorbic acid. The formula is given to be dissolved in 75 grams of acetic acid to lower its melting point by 1.5 degrees Celsius. Similar type of question that we have done earlier. There it was related to elevation in boiling point and you were asked to calculate the mass of the solute. Here also it is the mass of ascorbic acid that you have to find out so that the melting point is lowered by 1.5 degrees Celsius. So let us first write what is given. Given delta TF is, that is already given in the question, don't have to subtract it, it is 1.5 degree. Mass of the acetic acid. Acetic acid is a solvent. So W1 is equal to 75 gram given in the question. Molar mass of acetic acid is 60 grams per mole. The mass of ascorbic acid, molar mass of ascorbic acid is 176 grams per mole. And Kf is given in the question is 3.9 kilogram per mole. So here also, as I told you earlier, to calculate the mass of ascorbic acid, mass of the solute, so it is W2, applying the formula, that is delta TF is equal to Kf into M. You can expand molality and hence you get the formula M2 is equal to 1000 into Kf into W2 divided by W1 into delta F, or W2 is equal to M2 into W1 into delta TF divided by 1000 into Kf. Substituting the values, M2 is 176, mass of the solvent is 75, delta TF is 1.5 is given, divided by 1000 into 3.9, Kf is also given in the question. So the mass of ascorbic acid required is 5.077 grams. The next question is based on the colligative property osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure, as we all know, pi is equal to CRT. So we have to apply the same formula here. So for all the problems, you simply need to learn the formula first. Calculate the osmotic pressure in pascals exerted by solution prepared by dissolving 1 gram of polymer of molar mass 185,000 in 450 ml of water at 37 degrees Celsius. Here the volume is given. Volume is 450 milliliter, converted into liter 0.45 liters. Temperature is given 37 degrees Celsius. You have to convert it into Kelvin scale because pi is equal to CRT and that T is the temperature in Kelvin scale. So that is a must, is 310 Kelvin. R is 8.314 Kelvin Pascal, kilogram Pascal, liter, Kelvin raised to -1, mole raised to -1. Applying the formula, pi is equal to CRT, that is equal to N by VRT, that is concentration is number of moles divided by the volume, or N is equal to, is given, the mass of the polymer is 1 gram. So mass by molar mass, number of moles is equal to mass by molar mass. Mass is given in the question is 1 and the molar mass is given 185,000. So you get the number of moles. So substituting the values for calculating the pi value, it is N is 1 by 85,000 divided by the volume into R value is 8.31, as kilopascal is converted to pascal, is 8.314 into 10 raised to 3, into the temperature it is 310. A direct application, that the value of osmotic pressure is 30.96. The next question, it is related to the boiling point, elevation in boiling point, to calculate the molar mass of the solute. So let's read the question. An aqueous solution of 2% non-volatile solute exerts a pressure of 1.004 bar at the normal boiling point of the solvent. What is the molar mass of the solute? An aqueous solution of 2% non-volatile solute, that is 2 grams of the solute is dissolved in 100 grams of the solution. Its pressure is given, exerts a pressure of 1.004 bar at normal boiling point of the solvent. So here the vapor pressure of pure water at the boiling point is 1.013 bar. That is, at 1 atmospheric pressure, the vapor pressure is 1.013 bar. This we should know. Vapor pressure of the solution is given here. It is 1.004 bar. Mass of the solute is 2 grams. Molar mass is water, so it is 18 grams. Mass of the solvent will be 98 because 100 is the mass of the solution. So 100 minus 2 is 98 and mass of the solution is 100 grams. So here it is not, it is not elevation in boiling point. It is, you are applying the relative lowering of vapor pressure. So applying Raoult's law for dilute solution. Here also again when you are doing the problems, you are actually learning the formula. The relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to the mole fraction of the solute. So here it is P naught minus Ps divided by P naught is equal to N2 divided by N1 plus N2. Here, since the solution is very dilute, we can ignore the number of moles of the solute in the denominator part. So it becomes N2 by N1. So P naught minus Ps divided by P naught is equal to N2 divided by N1. Substituting the values are given. P naught is 1.013 minus Ps is given 1.004 divided by P naught 1.013 is equal to N2 is W2 by W1 and N1 is W1 by M1. So both are M1 actually, okay. W2 by M1 and divided by W1 by M1. There is a mistake there. Substituting the values, it is 2 divided by M2 divided by, it is mass of the solvent is 98. 98 divided by the molar mass, it's 18. So it is 2 into 18 divided by M2 into 98. So calculate M2 is 2 into 18 divided by 98 into 0.009 into 1.013, that is equal to 41.35 grams per mole. So please check your answers. The next question. The next question is, two elements A and B form compounds having formula AB2 and AB4. When dissolved in 20 grams of benzene, 1 gram of AB2 lowers the freezing point by 2.3 Kelvin, whereas 1 gram of AB4 lowers it by 1.3 Kelvin. The molar depression constant for benzene is 5.1 Kelvin kilogram per mole. Calculate the atomic masses of A and B, which is a different question. It is present in the in the text back exercise. So here we'll go to the next part of the answer solution part using the relationship. So here first thing is you have to calculate the molar mass of AB2 and AB4. So for calculating the molar mass, we have to apply the formula, that is delta TF is equal to KF into M molality. From that, M2 is equal to 1000 into KF into W2 divided by W1 into delta TF. So the molar mass of AB2 is equal to, substituting the values, 1000 into KF is 5.1, which is given in the question, into W2 is 1 gram, both are 1 gram, so 1 divided by W1 is 20 grams of benzene. When dissolved in 20 grams of benzene is given in the question, so it's 20 into 2.3. The molar mass of AB2 is 110.8 grams per mole. Similarly, we'll calculate the molar mass of AB4 also, 1000 into 5.1 into 1 divided by 20 into, it is the delta TF value given in the question is 1.3. So substituting the values, we get the molar mass of AB4 is 196.15 grams per mole. Let the atomic mass of A and B, A is not written here, A and B are P and Q respectively. Okay. Give P and Q or any letters, P and Q respectively. The molar mass of AB2 we have calculated earlier. So it's AB2. So A is given as P and B is taken as Q. So it's P plus 2Q because B2, 2 times 2 B atoms are there. So P plus 2Q, and that we have already found out is 110.8 grams per mole. And similarly for AB4, molar mass of AB4 we have calculated as 196.15. A is taken as P, B is Q, it is 4Q actually in AB4. So P plus 4Q is equal to 196.15 grams per mole. So we get two equations, 1 and 2. Subtracting equation 2 from equation 1, we get 2Q is equal to 85.28. And from that value we get Q is equal to 42.64. Putting the value of Q as 42.64 in equation 1, we get, that is Q value we got, we have to get the P value also. So P is equal to 110.87 minus 85.28, or P is equal to 25.59. So you get the atomic masses of A and B as 42.64 and 25.59. So atomic mass of A is 25.59 and B is 42.64 U. Don't forget to put the unit. The next question is based on osmotic pressure. At 300 Kelvin, 36 gram of glucose present in a liter of its solution has an osmotic pressure of 4.08 bar. If the osmotic pressure of the solution is 1.52 bar at the same temperature, what would be its concentration? So in the first part, at 300 Kelvin, 36 grams of glucose is present in a solution. Its osmotic pressure is given. Now, if the osmotic pressure is it is changed to 1.52 at the same temperature, then what is the concentration? So this is a very easy question. We know the formula, it is pi is equal to CRT. For the first part, it is given. Please check your NCRT question. Here it is given 4.98, whether it is 4.08 or 4.98. I have substituted here with 4.98. The question is given 4.08. You can take any value, no problem. 4.98 is equal to C. Concentration is mass by molar mass, that is W1 by M1 into R into 300. Similarly, 4.98 is equal to 36, substituting the value 36 divided by 180 into R into 300. You get as 4.98 into 60 R. That is, the mass by molar mass is taken in as number of moles. Okay, so 4.9 is equal to 60 R. In the second case, the osmotic pressure is changing. It is 1.52. And so when it is 1.52, you are asked to calculate the concentration. So 1.52 is equal to C into R into 1000 because the temperature is the same. Dividing equation 2 by equation 1, we get concentration as 60 into 1.52 divided by 300 into 4.92. You get the value as 0.06. So here concentration is taken as number of moles here, W1 by M1. So this is also a direct question, a little different question. The next one. Next question is based on elevation in boiling point. What is the boiling point of an aqueous solution containing 18 grams of glucose in 100 grams of water? The molal elevation constant of water is given. It is 0.52 Kelvin kilogram per mole. The boiling point of pure water is 373 Kelvin. So as we know, when a solute is added to a solvent, the elevation in boiling point takes place. So after adding glucose to water, what is the boiling point is the question. What is given is mass of the solvent. W1 is 100 grams. It is given in the question. Mass of the solute is 18 grams. Solute is glucose. Molar mass of the solute, that is molar mass of glucose, is 180 grams per mole. Molality is number of moles of the solute divided by mass of the solvent in kg. So number of moles of the solute is W2 by M2, which is 18 by 180, divided by mass of the solvent is given 100, and to convert it into kg, 100 divided by 1000 goes to the numerator. So 18 into 1000 divided by 180 into 100 is 1 mole per kg. Now delta TB is equal to Kb into M. So here you have to calculate, before calculating the boiling point, you have to calculate delta TB first. What is the difference is what we have to calculate. So delta TB is equal to Kb into M. Kb is 0.52. M molality we have calculated is 1, that is equal to 0.52. The last step is to calculate the boiling point of the aqueous solution. So we know the boiling point would be, boiling point of the aqueous solution is boiling point of the solution, boiling point of the solvent plus elevation in boiling point, because after adding the solute, the elevation in boiling point takes place. So it is the pure solvent's boiling point. You have to add to the elevation in boiling point. So it's 373, which is given in the question, plus 0.52 is equal to 373.52 Kelvin becomes the boiling point of the solution. The next question is, a 5% solution of cane sugar in water has freezing point of 271 Kelvin. Calculate the freezing point of 5% glucose in water if freezing point of pure water is 273.15 Kelvin. That is, you are asked to calculate the freezing point of 5% glucose in water. The first part is 5% solution of cane sugar in water, freezing point is given. The second part of the question is 5% glucose in water. Calculate the freezing point of 5% glucose. First one is cane sugar, second one is glucose. So what is given here? Molar mass of the sugar, that is the cane sugar, is 342 grams per mole. Molality of the solution. Molality is the number of moles of the solute in 1 kg of the solvent. So number of moles of the solute is mass by molar mass. So here it is 5%. So 5 grams in 100 grams of the solution is cane sugar. So 5 divided by its molar mass, 342, it becomes the number of moles of cane sugar. That divided by the mass of the solvent is 95, because 100 is the mass of the solution. So 95 would be the mass of the solvent. So it's divided by 95 by 1000 to convert it to kg. So it becomes 5 into 1000 divided by 342 into 95, which is 0.154. Delta TF of the sugar solution. That is, it is after adding glucose, it is 273.15. So it is in the beginning it was 271, that is 5% solution of cane sugar in water has freezing point 271. In the freezing point of 5% glucose in water, if freezing point of pure water is 273.15. So pure waters is 273.15. Depression in freezing point, so minus 271 is equal to, in the first case, it's 2.15. That is delta TF is equal to 2.15. Now we know the formula delta TF is equal to Kf into M. So substituting the values, delta TF is equal to Kf into, we got the molality as 0.154. So Kf is equal to 2.15 divided by 0.154. Molality of glucose solution, the second part. Molality of glucose solution is number of moles of glucose. That is, it's 5 gram. 5% means 5 gram in 100 grams of the solution. So 5 divided by the molar mass of glucose is 180. That is in 1 kg of the solvent. So 5%, 100 is the mass of the solution. 100 in 100 grams of the solution, there is 5 grams of glucose. So the mass of the solvent is 95, just like we had explained earlier. So it is, so delta TF is equal to KF into M. KF value we have obtained earlier is 2.15 divided by 0.154 into the molality which we have calculated of glucose is 0.292. So delta TF is 4.09. So freezing point of glucose solution. Freezing point of glucose solution is of the pure water is 273.15. And delta TF, you are getting it as depression is 4.09. So 273.15, you have to subtract 4.09 to get the freezing point of the glucose solution, which is 269.06. So hope you have understood all these problems. Thank you all.